Hello, YouTubers! Thomas from West Wars, one of mine here again, and today we have a special guest here, none other than Kane Fan 701 himself, Glenn.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. 10 years since I've been using YouTube. This is the first time I have ever been in a live stream. This is absolutely amazing. I'm actually pretty excited and kind of hyped up for this, lads.
All right.
Yep.
Indeed.
It's always a pleasure to talk to the big dogs.
Yep.
The big dog that runs the yard.
Well, the big dogs such as Thomas Went 2 Henry 3, just for an example, Victor Tanzig, Wild Nor'Wester, Aaron Shunter. Dang, I should not have said his real name. Shunter Productions.
Shunter Productions, man. He's one of the best guys I've idolized. If it wasn't for him,
he's actually working on some faces for my OC for trains.
Really?
For my own OC.
Yeah, I'm still hoping someone makes a trains version of my OC.
Oh, wait, never mind. No, he didn't. He already finished them. But I need my other friend to finish the actual engine, Jake. So I'm still waiting.
It's kind of funny because I actually did get some words that he didn't like what I did with my Timothy stuff. He didn't like what I did in the film or anything. But I respect his opinions, and of course, I don't mean no disrespect to him. But if he ever were to see like,
I think a lot of these people asked this before. I'm not sure, but I'm going to ask it anyway. We want to hear from you. What gave you the idea of adding Timothy to the show?
Well, it's a good question, actually. I think very few have asked me that, but what happened was, I'll try and make the long story short as possible, and for all of you guys who were listening into this live, and apparently, where to begin? Well, apparently it was because I was watching a lot of these remakes of the original Creepypasta back in 2013, and then there was on DeviantArt, there were these stories being written down, and everybody was saying this is what he looked like, and I was kind of surprised of who he was, and of course, he was just a mirror image of Thomas. And then eventually I saw the first remakes of it, and then I kind of left my head scratching, thinking, is this really for real, or is this all fandom? And I couldn't make my mind up. And then it was thanks to my good friend Tank Engine 97, who does the voice dub of Thomas in my films, did a pretty good remake, and it was the closer of seeing the actual of itself. And then I thought to myself, this is going to be pretty unique and very, very interesting. It wasn't until I saw remakes on DeviantArt when they were doing their own fan writings about it, their own takes upon it of apparently, and it kind of got me thinking, possibly could I do my own retaking? But what I did was I wrote down on my DeviantArt, which is also known as Kane Takerfan 701 for those of you who do not know, which is my cousin name of my YouTube name, just with a different word in there. I kind of did my fanfic on that one and wrote in the best as possible, and what made mine very unique, before I did my fanfic version of it, I decided to expand it and see where it went and did a little twist into it. And me and my good friend Jerome, aka Thomas Man Forever, also known as the German of Sodor, at the time we got together, we met, and we started working on a test video, which did not last long, and it worked quite well, and I was testing out my voicing. And then eventually we decided that we're going to do a film on this one, and we decided to do the first time ever, and no one saw this coming, and it kind of raised a lot of eyebrows when they first saw the trailer. And then eventually when we did the film script and everything else, I decided to do a fanfic on it, and what's called a hybrid modernization of Ghost Train, the TVS version of it, but with NWR extra flavored onto it. So I kind of did a hybrid of it as if it was being retold in today's world in real life, which is what happened. And since then they saw the re-editing of it, and they saw how I did the narrating and the voice editing, which I became pretty known for. And it was a big hit for some fans. There were some mixed criticisms about it. There was a lot of errors in there which I wasn't happy about, but it was my first time doing a film like this. And of course at the time the Thomas community was very interested in who Timothy was, and a lot of people this very day, nearly 4 years now, say it's the best telling of this character ever, and they love it, and I'm so blessed by it. Although there are others who say, oh, this is just terrible BS film. It's horrible. Don't watch it or anything. And of course, they just think it's just all a screwed up type of thing. But for those who take it into account and if you watch it bit by bit, storyline by storytelling, you will get to see that My Timothy is a lot better than the original, and a lot of fans on DeviantArt and also on YouTube still to this day are paying homage to it because they all think it's the greatest retelling of who Timothy is, because you get a deep sense of the character, and you know that we dig up things about why did he kill himself, and we bring up his past of who he was and about him being a prototype, which was my idea, by the way. Why he had the number 0 on him and why he looked as he was. And since then, I've come up with some origin ideas of trying to build his character up, of who he is and what he's going to become. And slow but surely, it's all coming into play, as you may know, in the last 2 films, like on Horror and the Kirkroban Branch, we discovered that's his home. Branch he used to work on before coming to the other side of Sodor. And then in the 3-on-1 film, which he serves as a background villain, he's plotting his moves and waiting to strike again, while we eventually find out that he and Edward had an encounter. And it's really, really blends into play. There's a lot of things that you may be scratching your head about, wondering what the hell is going on. But anyways, but since then, it's become very legendary. And 4 years later, everyone is still talking about that first film. And, I'm just so blessed and happy having a great audience who love it. And, I'm very proud of it to this very day, and I don't even regret it. Even if there's a lot of errors in there with some mistakes I've made, it wasn't the best out of all of them, but I will say it was a very good kick-off start to an amazing fan base, which I somewhat still have to this very day.
I mean, we all
apologies to everybody.
Yeah,
indeed, for certain.
Yeah, let's say your story is quite amazing. I mean, at first, when I first saw when I was first watching the Timothy thing, I thought at first, ghost story, I don't think so. But the more I watched, I was like, oh, this is getting good. This is getting good.
Oh, definitely.
And actually, not you actually inspired me to actually try to make my own version of my own ghost train. And you kind of influenced me to actually make my own ghost engine. And I'm going to show them to you right now. It's a sprite, but I plan to make them into a real life engine soon. The Faceless Engine, also known and based on the story of the Headless Horseman.
Oh Jesus!
That definitely overdoes my version of Timothy being a darker character. But either way, that'll be quite nice. You may not believe it, but a lot of people have been making their own remakes on Timothy based on my idea. And one of the things I love about is that deep tone whistle that I kind of did in editing on an actual whistle and just deepened the tone to match his whistle, which has become a very famous tagline.
Andrew, isn't that what you used for Alfred?
Theme song where it's just like.
Oh wait, I'm not supposed to say anything. Never mind. I'm sorry.
No. Chase. There's no secrets here.
Sure.
Unless you count like a certain engine that cannot be named until after after the video. But this one, I'll make an exception. Hold on.
So the Faceless Engine,
Just
I'm wondering, is it like the Headless Horseman?
Yeah, basically that's what he said.
Yes. After watching, like I said before, after watching K-Fan701's videos, he actually inspired me to make my own ghost engine, and that's where the idea of I've been thinking for a while, who should it be? And during Halloween, I was watching the Headless Horseman, well, mostly the song, and that's where the idea of the Faceless Engine came from. The engine so I thought of having one of Edward's brothers, whose name is Jonathan, whose name is Frederick, by the way. Frederick, who's a stubborn but kind engine.
Nice.
And his older brother, Jonathan, who is actually Edward's older brother. His other brother, who's a black F7 Furnace Railway engine named he's rude, arrogant, and he was a cause of his death. I'll tell you more about that after the stream.
Sweet.
Okay, I guess Brandon keeps showing off his Terminator stuff over there. It is over there.
That's not Terminator. It's Transformers.
Unless I think who I think it is. Oh, Jesus. Bloody Alfred.
And we all know who's voicing him.
Yep,
well,
Darth Will, man.
Well, it's not gonna be a
Darth Will 3.
yeah, it's not gonna be Dark World 3. I asked him, he didn't really go along with it. He didn't think it was a good idea. But
Besides,
I asked Victor Tanzik if he could voice Alfred, and judging by my last special, and he voiced Alfred in my How Diesel 10 Stole Christmas. Actually, he did a good job. So technically, Alfred in my Halloween special.
well,
Okay,
basically,
guys.
also, because we've had some, I've heard some problems with Darth Will 3. I'm okay. I can't say much because the episode's already out, but it's unlisted. Shutter Productions' first RWS story for the Arlesdale engines. He had a complaint from Darth Will saying, "I'm not getting enough lines for Bert." He had one line. Who cares? At least you got to participate.
Yeah,
That's what's going on.
It's kind of funny because there's another guy here I know who did his own Timothy remake, or whatever his name was, called Sense Louise, or whatever his name, 13, and he gave me 2 lines to voice as Timothy, and that was the first time I voiced him, and that's where it all began. You know,
Sweet.
and
Andrew,
then I
your
never looked
screen
back.
is turning pink.
Wait. Repeat that.
On my side, on my side, it's showing you blink pink, like a bright pink, back to your color, and pink again. Like the problem I had with me going green, like the Hulk.
I guess on your side, your computer is making you see things that are not real.
Excuse me, I have no computer in my head. I have my phone.
All right. And
You can see my computer screen. I've shared my screen. You can see where I'm at. This is where I made all my filming.
That's a mess. No offense.
Yeah, I know. You see that there, where I was pointing at, ladies and gentlemen? That's where I made my whole film. In the old Far Cry Express, and that's where I did my voice acting in GarageBand. And I just recently did Constable Chap, who I am also being known for.
That makes
The
sense.
police bloke in.
Also, another thing is, what movie making software do you use to make all this?
He uses probably iMovie or something.
Yeah, I don't use that or whatever it is. I used to, but like I said, this is the oldest I've had since 2009. But it still works, but I'm not sure how long it will last. Either
Get a
way,
new one.
okay.
Well, take it from me.
funny.
Hopefully in some
What?
time. I don't know when. I'm planning to switch to Sony Vegas.
Let me get my headphones. Actually,
there it is. Yeah, I got my headset on. In case you haven't realised it, I'm not just well known for my untold story of Timothy, the Clinchville Curse, which I'm still working on, with the final 2 shots to go, and the Hole in the Kirk Roman, which was very easy.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Clinchville Curse, but even though it's half complete.
Oh no, it's way beyond half completed.
Well done, splendid, well done. I have to say, splendid.
Bless you, man. I love it. I have to say it was very stressing. It took me 2 years in terms of writing, fan putting together with casting and everything else, and it's caused some stress with friendships with me and Shine Ortez and everybody else, which is why I've had to undergo some personal stuff in my life, which is why I had a lot of setbacks from it, because last year was a disaster, almost a disaster for me, but you know, a lot of personal issues were happening. I couldn't upload anything else, which is why I've resorted to using this tab, which is why I've been using it to upload. And thanks to Shine Ortez, he gave me what's called MediaFire, and I can use this Mac and this tab as well. So I'm constantly shifting stuff to get my YouTube stuff uploaded, and that's what helps me with the momentum back. And you can see the fandom is going nuts about it still. But one thing, pardon my French, ladies and gentlemen, and for those of you who are watching this live, I'm not very foul-mouthy, but what's really gotten me pissed off is a lot of these people who keep commenting down below. Is like, when can you please make part 2, 3, 4, 5? When's it coming out? When's this and that? And it just, and to the point where it just drives me to the point where I don't really give a damn anymore. Like, they're going to have to wait. There are those who will wait, and they say it's worth it.
Trust me, I hate that as well. Believe it or not, people have been asking me since October ended, even during October, saying, "Hey Andrew, when's Avengers of Alpha coming out? When's it gonna be finished?" Soon.
I can understand. Because there are some who are excited and they want to say it. I can get that. I used to be like that too, because you know it's such a hype. You know, whenever I'm involved and when I get pretty excited, like I asked Thomas 1 of Trinity 3, like, when's my lines coming in, or do you have them yet still? And then he would reply saying, I've still got them, I'm still working on this, and then that's okay. And that's it. I ask him just once, or I ask him twice, because I do get a bit concerned. And yes, I am a very concerned person sometimes because of my condition.
To be honest, when I saw like Night Express to Vicarstown, I was expecting it to be a bit longer.
Me too. I think everybody was.
Well,
I loved how I voiced Constable Chaff in it. First time, it's not the first time I voiced a cop, you know. Heck, even I showed it to my parents, and they thought it was hilarious to me voicing, especially when they heard the BBC News intro sound playing, which I thought was super funny. That was so cool.
Was so funny. I mean, speaking of Night Express to Vicarstown, Revenge of the Ghost Train is on the horizon.
Oh yeah,
I know, and yours truly is in. I've just done my lines for him. Anyway, I'm going to be in there. Can't wait for it. Yep, you stole my lines on there.
And son, there's something else you need to know. Sorry for interrupting. It's just, believe it or not, Glenn, you're not going to believe this, but the Halloween special that Andrew is working on, basically, Halloween is also my birthday.
So yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, because I was thinking, because you see, I make birthday videos sometimes for certain YouTubers. Like I did one for Liz. I did one for Liz. I did it a few times. And it's not but whatever. Anyway, but technically this could be a little different because since Halloween is Nicholas's birthday, I decided a Halloween special would be more appropriate for this time of year.
Indeed. Hopefully I'll be able to get my Clinchfield curse done just around the summer season, since summer's just started here in Britain.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be something cool. I am thinking about it, but like I said, the next thing that's going to happen, I don't want to be a spoiler to anybody out there, even though I want to keep my mouth shut about it, but I did leave a few cliffhangers in there, and one potential sequel. If you look in the bit where Sir Handel and Pierre Sam hear a ghost whistle, which I used from Enterprising Engine 3, which he doesn't even realise, I kind of want to throw a tribute in there, and of course we see another ghost engine, and for those of you who don't know, it's not Albert's ghost, it's actually Proteus, and this is where it's all coming into play. He's going to be in the next upcoming one, which is dubbed, in the sequel that comes after the Clinchfield Curse, dubbed The Bridge of Doom. And that's
I remember seeing that.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, and also another question. Sorry for interrupting.
Sure, go ahead. I'm all eyes and ears. Even
that engine that Thomas saw at the quarry, wasn't that 406 or something?
No, it technically what we was trying to do to hide it with the special mist effects was supposed to be an engine like, when you see an outer shape in the mist and you can't quite make it out. That's what I was trying to do. Unfortunately, what me and my buddy Chuck had to do, we used a shadow model of Timothy, and we tried to cover it up with the mist effect I was using, because that's supposed to be a setup and a leak footage of what's going to happen in Ghost Train 3, which was supposed to be dubbed the Weeping Engine, because this is where more of Timothy's past is becoming revealed.
Ooh.
You mean there are other ghost engines that knew him?
There was engines that were around before he died.
Oh. Well,
wow. And of course. Oh, yeah, I think. Yeah, keep going. Keep asking, mate.
Just out of curiosity, because I saw your comment before, but what you personally thought of the movie from Jar Jar 521's film Psychoist?
Good question. I can't wait.
The one with the A-class number 1238 Rorik.
Oh yes, I remember watching it. Yeah, he commented about that to me. He said he was inspired by what David, aka Plum Mountain, who voices the real 1218 in my 311 film. He kind of took that inspiration, and him being a survivor of his class, and he did something about that. And he was inspired by it. That's the reason why he did it. I thought it was quite interesting.
I mean, have you ever thought about making a ghost story about Rorik? I mean, kind of David has something in common with Thomas. They both have brothers that are demonic and having trouble dealing with their past.
Well, that's not going to happen in mine, because David Lambert, aka that's his real name by the way, Plum Mountain, who did the Demon 311 model, privately. Apparently, he said I can't use his OC anymore because of a agreement we made. So he will never be seen or heard again. He's the same guy he's the same guy who did Toby, by the way, in case you were wondering.
Oh. Well,
Okay.
it's still it would have been a good idea, but it's his decision either way.
Oh, don't worry. I do plan. A lot of people are still going nuts. They're still going nuts with me about using American soda, and I just don't think what's the big deal. It's just a bloody game you're using.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, imagination.
Yeah, and also
not as if it's
take no offense to the people that watch this, but I prefer the Untold Story of Timothy and all the other shows that you make, all the other videos you make better than no offense to if you watch this or like it, no offense if you like this or not, but I'm not much of a fan of Tobias and you know.
Yeah. I've seen that film. It was okay. It had a pretty good movie feel, but it was a bit overdoing it. But I do have to admit, Tynes is brilliant at what he does, especially when he voices Percy in Wild North Wester's series. And I wish I could have contacted him to be in the film because I really wanted him so badly.
He's got a busy schedule.
And the sequel's coming out too this year.
Oh, really? What did he give his Percy voice? Just by curiosity.
He just speaks normal, like he would like the same way when he voiced Toby. He just speaks normal.
Well, for me it's different. Technically, for Percy, I have a taste of using the voice of Miss Oliver and Blossom. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. The guy who voiced Percy in my film is my good old buddy from Kansas, Taylor Castro. And of course, his very dad asking why does Percy sound like Mickey Mouse, and it's become a very comical thing, but. The reason why is because I know it was a dark story, don't get me wrong, but I had to find a light-hearted character in case any young children were watching it, and unfortunately it's not meant for the faint-hearted, because I'm a mature Thomas fan and I like to go the extra mile, but I have my limits. I wasn't trying to make it like a Batman on wheels, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. On that subject of Rorik, I am making a film starring Rorik this Halloween.
Hello. I recognise that voice. Is that you, dude? The guy who keeps doing great commentary and uses some great reviews on my films, and he's done like a couple of things that's inspired by me. Is that you, dude?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, man! You're making my blood sweat right now. I can't believe it.
well, I was like, wow. Hey, this is the first. Hey, finish this last for the first time. Brandon has a fan. And
well, it's okay.
Yes.
Like the guy who voiced, who did his own take on what's his name? He's now using. It's brilliant. It's the one who played that funny Thomas thing, and then he said about his own opinion on NWO Origins, and he did a combination of Albert and Timothy. I thought it was you, man.
Yeah, wow. It was.
That's 4 awesome weeks in a row. Brilliant.
Why, thank you.
Nice.
Yes.
Cool
That's
custom
my
model.
That's my OC in Bachman form.
Yeah, but
nice.
Yeah. I made a sprite. Yeah, Brandon asked me to make a sprite of his OC, or I asked him. I don't remember. But
That's
I said,
awesome.
sure. I asked him what he wanted to be. He said a red version of Thomas. I said, sure. So I did all that, and I thought, since he has a beard a lot, why not?
Yeah, you may not know about. You haven't seen my OC yet. I don't know in case you go on DA. But anyways, I've got this.
Let me guess. It's Gordon, but he's purple.
And yes, Henry Sander.
That's me. I'm a hybrid, actually.
Now, before you ask how I knew that, DeviantArt.
Likewise, mate. That's me as Kane Taker Fan 701, my cousin name of my YouTube name.
Yep, me too.
Plus, I even made your OC in wooden railway form.
Yes, you did. I saw it. And of course, someone's.
Sorry.
Sorry for interrupting you, mate. In case you haven't realised, that post I got with Batman's symbol, that's what I did in GIMP. It's one of my clever things I was doing because it was one of my things I did because I was bored out of it. And yes, I'm a major Batman fan.
Batman. Oh.
Also, Glenn, I heard you're.
Yes.
I heard you're a Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Evanescence, and Nickelback fan.
That's correct. You're
that's my favorite.
I grew up with them, man.
Nickelback, Gotta Be Somebody, When We Stand Together, Something in Your Mouth.
We'll stand together. We'll stand together. Yes,
Far
we
Away
are. I think there's some great. Yeah, there's some great songs. I've even got 3 Days Grace, and also I've also got Red as well. Brilliant.
Sweet.
Yeah, and of course I got Skillet as well. In case you don't realise, the favourite song for one of my musics I had made for me from Shine and Chuck, it was called "Live Again" from Seven Dust. My favourite. That would be my theme song. And not only that, I know for all this, but I'm also, I don't mean to expose a lot of stuff, but for those of you who may know on DeviantArt, I also have been doing this fanfic story because it's more than just Thomas and Batman that I'm into. I'm also a Titanic buff. Now, in case you're wondering, that right there in the middle is my OC character, who is named Kane Smith. And that there is the human form of the Titanic herself, who's in fact my OC's lover.
Wow.
Anime combination. That there is Ariel, Shine's good friend who I have got to make contact. There's Matthew Anderson as his character. There's Emily Montague, or in this case, Emily Rose, as we all know from her from DA. And there's an old friend of mine called Treymaster64, if you remember, who did all those crazy fanfics on Thomas. And there's Kimmy Raven.
Are you on official fan fiction like the site or no? Or is it only on DeviantArt?
I use DA, and that there is Kiara Calloway, who's my ex-girlfriend's OC character. And there's the guy, and there's the guys from the film. That is Richard Jordan from the actual film, and there's Admiral Sandiego, and there's El Giorgino. They're from the Dirk Pitt film of Sahara from 2005, but this is how I describe them as in my variation. And there's Gene Seagram from the actual film. And there's Bison and Cammy from Street Fighter, even though they didn't come into existence until the 90s. I set mine in an alternative universe, because why not? It's a really good story. I'm still working it, but I must warn you, it contains a lot of mature things that may not be suitable. And don't get the wrong end of this idea, because I had that trouble a long, long time ago where people were really bashing me for it.
I see.
It's an anime type because I adore anime. It's become a key role in my life.
Chip, while we're talking about OCs, maybe we should explain what maybe we should start talking about or explain why we chose our OCs to begin with.
So who should
That's my
start
first story. Anybody? I haven't got a coin toss. We can just go.
Brandon.
Huh? Say again, Chase?
Brandon said he'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll start with my OC. Basically, for me, I wasn't sure which engine OC I wanted to be, and I mean, at first I kind of wanted to have my OC as Thomas, but I could see how many people were really overusing that model, so I went with the Ginty 3F. But
Interesting.
Unlike the rest of the Ginty 3Fs, basically, it's a bit strange, but basically, I know something never happened, but Henry Fowler got in contact with both Sir Nigel Bradley and William Stanyard to perform an experiment on me. And basically, I have the strength of an LMS Black 5 and the speed of an LNR A4.
So that's basically Henry and a streamlined Gordon.
Well, more like Spencer, either way, but I know it seems a bit a little outlandish, but it's all in the name of fandom,
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to show you a link, guys. I'm about to show you what I'm like. But you keep on talking while I go and search for this.
Yeah. As for me, the reason why I chose an F7 American diesel locomotive, well, same thing with Nicholas. I always want to know what I would look like. And one day I went to a hobby shop and I bought a train. I bought a train set with an F7 diesel in it. I didn't know what it was at first because at that time I didn't know much about trains and stuff until now. But anyway, after I bought the set, I thought to myself, what if I paint that into my version of myself? So I had to paint. I painted it up. At first, I used I used more of a dark royal blue than any other color. But then after making and I thought, wow, it looks pretty good. And putting a face on it and putting numbers D101, I quite liked it. And then after making a spray using sky blue with dark blue trimming on the side, which I'll show you in my HO form, I was like, I should do the same thing with anything to my bottom that was in my HO model. So I took reference off the sprite and to you see from 4, which to after.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Yep. It was a mouthful for me to say.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm just getting a lot of messages left and right here. I still can't believe it. This is the first time, like I said, this is the first time I've done a live thing on YouTube thing in the 10 years I've been on this. I never thought once I would see someone, you know, especially with one of my own fans. This is great. I mean, I've already started using Discord when everybody else is just going mental with it. Thanks to TK, who got me involved. He was one of those guys who helped me in my darkest crisis. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't even. This Discord is so complicated.
It is amazing. I can only imagine if anybody else was joining in right now, if they had like Jerome or you had TK involved or anybody else, like say if Enterprising Engines joined in the call or if Thomas 102 joined in, even though he doesn't have to show his face, he can just keep, cammed off and we can just hear what he's saying. This would be amazing. Because tell you the truth, Thomas 102 Henry 3, as he's also dubbed as for short, he says to me in the comments, he holds the utmost respect for me as a YouTube fan because he does all the stuff that he tries to make and he ends up giving up halfway and he can't even remember where he left off from. But he says, that's for you, Kane Fansetto, and you continue on like there's no giving in. And that's what I truly love about your projects. And that is a true fact, you know. I just never give in and just keep going until I've reached that goal.
Cool.
Also, go back to that Batman poster thing. So what,
I will in a second.
So what? Are you like a fan of Batman?
I've always grew up with Batman, man. 27 years, actually not 27 years. I mean, that's my actual age. I'm actually a 25 or 20, 24, or maybe a 24-year Batman fan, I guess. Maybe I think that's when I started getting into him. I don't know, but somewhere around there. I can't be sure. But before I do so, here's a link for you guys in the chat box if I can find it, if it's possible down here. I've sent you a link to show you by my good buddy Chuck because I actually have an NW. Because thanks to NWR Origins, it inspired me to make my own. If I can actually go into the chat box, if I can find it, it is in here, isn't it? There's a chat box down in the call, isn't there?
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Yeah.
I think so.
The reason why I asked that, well, one particular reason.
I know, it's okay. It's all right, mate. I'm just trying to find. Where's the is there a chat thing I can actually put a link down here below, or is that not possible?
It should be possible. But mostly the reason why I asked is because of because look at this picture on my share screen.
Okay, I can't find you guys. Where are you?
I'm the one that's talking right now.
No, he was talking about like like posting a thing in the chat and like
Okay, let me help out with this part.
I can still hear you guys, but I can't seem to get back into the videoing. I went out. Okay, is it in this conversation? Is it in the conversation box we were in?
Conversation. I don't usually see. I don't see no box where you actually communicate. If there was, I would have saw it by now. Wait. Okay. Okay. I guess for a phone and a laptop, it's kind of different. But hold on.
Oh, wait a second. I think I know where to go to. Let me just go back into the link, and I'll be in again on the video chat. Okay, Hangouts. Here we go. All right, I'm back in. Don't worry. It's all right, ladies and gentlemen. I figured it out.
it would take some time to get used to.
Okay, there it is. I found it, guys. Just go in, and I'll leave a message right chat in for you guys.
Yep, Yeah, and
There
why,
I am.
and why
Maybe I'm in.
All right.
I think I'm in.
Hang on.
Is this
I
the
think I
Android
know
last
something that
one?
can help. All right. You see, like you see on my side, like you see the chat right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did I get in?
you can see Nicholas's screen share, right?
I think so. Okay, I was invited into another family screen. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I sent the link in the wrong one. There it is. Now you guys can see it. Now I'm back in now.
Okay, but okay,
There you go.
Okay, but okay. Well, let me just share screen this. In this then,
All right. Let me just show this.
All right, let me just get my thingy back in. I'm about to flip my cam back in. There we go. Ooh.
Okay. What the hell? Oh, come on. Vector Sigma.
Yeah, you said about the Batman Thomas. That isn't the first time I've done Batman Thomas.
Okay, here we go. That's better.
There we go.
That's me. You know, keep it there, mate. I'm about to show you. You know, put your arrow to the big green version of me on the very far end.
That's you.
You see that? That's how I first appeared. That's my first original look when I came out of the Doncaster Works about 10 days before Flying Scotsman, because because Flying Scotsman came out of the Doncaster Works on the 24th of February 1923. So I came out of the Doncaster Works on the 14th of that month in the exact same year. And the reason why is because my OC background is very interesting. Because as we all know, Gordon was one of 3 A0s, but in my version, and a couple of my friends who agree with this, I was one of 5 A0s. So there's Katrina, who's Gordon's oldest sister, and then there came Gordon, and then there's Gordon, Jeremy, and Boris, and then of course there's me. I was the last built. And I was built in secret in that year, and I was dubbed the Super A0.
Whoa.
What makes me very why have I called myself the Super A0? You all guys there may be wondering. It's because I had a few things that Gordon and the other A0s never had. I had a much longer boiler, which made me much bit longer looking. I was also fitted with a higher superheat, and of course, what was very interesting about my cab layout, I was actually not right-handed. I was left-hand drived, so I technically had well, even though my mod didn't show it, but in the actual story, I'm actually a left-handed driver. So I'm actually I actually had the prototype cab layout of that of an A3. So this is my original LNER look in the Great Northern colours in what Gordon had, because I never once wore the LNER livery, and you can't see it on my tender, but I actually do have the words LNER written on it. And then there's my black livery when I served in the World War.
Wow.
It
And
looks weathered.
well, the one in between my silver and black green one, that's my World War II black livery, if you can see it.
Oh, I see it.
And after that, I kind of ran away because after killing some Nazi Germans in the war, because I ran over them because they shot at me. I ran away thinking I was declared a murderer and decided to run to a private railway, and I happened to be rescued by, I think this is where I met Liz, and I think Chuck is going to be involved, and I was given a temporary overhaul, and I lost my tender, and I was given the 06 Gordon tender, which is why I became my silver version, as you can see there, which is based on Tornado's grey look. Which of course over there you can see there, Caledonian Black Twin says that was his favourite version of me. And after that, I ended up becoming, when I came back to serve under British Rail, which is one of the terrible years, I was dressed up in blue livery because I thought it was a nice colour. That didn't last long because of dieselizations, and of course, eventually, as you can see, I looked weathered, which is my filthy, unkept condition, which was a nice reskin. And I just eventually, had lost faith in British Rail. And, dieselization was nowhere good. And eventually I decided I had enough. I went against it, including the Dr. Beeching. And all the diesel stuff that they were doing, I just had enough. And eventually, after committing some darker deeds, I decided to make a run for it before I got scrapped. So I took an idea that Emily did for a fight for survival. So I stayed hidden with Chuck. Eventually, Liz and everybody else found me again, and they took me in for an overhaul, which is why I'm there in my southern colours, like the Southern Railway. And it was nice, and I stayed that way for quite some time, and before I was sent to the National Railway Museum for a while, and eventually came to Sodor, and that's me there in my current form, just in my actual... Not the Yellow Yard. It's the Great Northern livery. It's much brighter.
Oh,
that's my RWS form as I would be today, if you know what I'm saying. Whereas in fact, I'm actually in a different kind of fresh, because I later get my purple and black formation to go with it. Because that was my TVS into my RWS body formation, which is how I am today. Whereas my other form is you see me as looking like Gordon but has Henry's tender. That's technically because I'm a hybrid.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm half I'm half A0/LMS XL typed. So I'm a super powered engine, the only type of my breed that ever exists. At least you guys can still use YouTube this way. Sadly, unfortunately, I can't use it on mine for some bizarre reason.
Huh.
Because it wouldn't allow me. If you who's going on my channel right now?
That's Andrew.
That's me. Sorry.
Andrew, just to let you know, just keep privacy on me, mate.
Right. Sorry.
Like I said, I'm pretty protective. It's all right. At least you found where I am. Either way, so what do you guys think of my OC character? That was a mouthful, but I like what do you think of my opinion on it?
My opinion is awesome.
It's really interesting.
Oh, of course. A lot of people say because in that storytelling, I was very close to Flying Scotsman, because it was around that time that just before Gordon left, he was my mentor for the time being, before I had to take Scotsman under my wing. And give you some trivia. On the exact same day he did the 100 mile an hour, where Flying Scotsman did in 1934. An interesting note: on the exact same day, unknowingly, I too hit the 100 mark barrier. So we both did it, except I didn't have a diameter car behind me. Eventually, I did go 104, but I'm sorry if I'm chitter-chatting. I have a very, be very social.
Okay.
Anyways, you guys can talk now next.
Anyway, in my series, basically you've seen Timothy appear in the background in some points in my series. If you watched it.
I did watch it, actually.
Yeah, basically that's a little Easter egg that Timothy will appear in my series later on, and I'm really sorry. It's just the story of my version is kind of a bit similar to you and Jerome's, but with some parts a little bit different here and there.
I see. Interesting.
And I also want to be able to get your permission if I could be able to do it with, just to not get you or Jerome angry or anything.
That's fine. Besides, I barely work with him nowadays, but I still owe him a great deal.
Yeah.
In any cases, you can use me if you need to, but like I said, I'm very restricted with my voice dubbing at times, because I have a very, very, more active nowadays. I'm not as on as I used to, but I still pop up here and now and then.
Oh, then I don't know how I'm going to get someone to voice the demonic version of Timothy.
That's okay. I only voice him when I need
to. Nicholas, I'm just saying, there's a certain red A2 that can do that.
I think someone left a...
Oh, that was, but anyway, in my series, here's the thing, though. Basically, in my series, Thomas is not the only E2 left.
Cool.
Believe it or not, it's this engine in my series. You ever heard of New Controller 01?
Yes, I have.
He did
so that's really nice.
He did an audio version of the new Railway series, and there's this one called South Coast Engines, I believe, and it started in this character Leo, the little Lionheart. E2 tank.
Hey, I know it. I know him. I'm good friends with that dude. He's the one who voices Percy in my 311 film.
I mean, like,
Damn.
I made Leo because I kind of wanted to have like a little bit of a dedication to him because out of all the characters in like his audio of the new Railway series, Leo was one of my favorite ones.
Indeed. Everybody, I'm very good friends with Benny and Johnny and Ray. I love these guys, man. Wow, all these fans who I know of me, I'm also in contact with them because I actually did the voice of Captain Smith in 2012 in their Titanic anniversary. That was me. That was me back then when I was very enthusiastic at the time.
Yeah,
Speaking of Titanic, there's me with my old model. That's what I was back in the day when I was
And
that's the oldest model.
The Titanic.
And here's another thing about Timothy. Like, basically, I know I'm not sure how big of a fan you are of crossovers that much, and I also don't care what people think about my series. I just do it because I enjoy doing it.
Me, I don't mind either. It doesn't really bother me. I still do crossovers. Heck, I've still got some of my old here somewhere around.
And
a lot of people bashed me with my Titanic crossover back in DA when they were all trolling me. And I actually refused to retire in 2011. They were going at it for 2 years straight with me, all because of that. Don't want to bring it up, but you guys can remember.
Yeah.
On DA, I was absolutely getting trolled and bashed, and it was late here on YouTube, you know, and I had to rewrite the entire fanfic story all over again. But I'm a bit different now, and I don't really care if anybody exposes what I have in now because I do it because I love it. But I do have my limitations because nowadays a lot of people can misunderstand me for who I am.
Here's the thing about like one of the films that will appear in my series later on. It's just here's the thing, like basically like Timothy's basically used by Diesel 10 because they were able to find his old whistle in the marsh. Like basically like it got knocked off when he fell off the viaduct. And have you ever heard of Steven Universe?
I see, interesting, because you think you are digging up a few things that are not supposed to be revealed in mine because you guys can keep this, although everyone's going to know this now because it's bloody live. They're all going to know. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, if you want, you can tell us after the stream.
All I can tell you is you will be in for a big surprise when I do the final film, whenever it ever comes in. I just got to come up with a good storyline for it, and because all I can tell you is that this saga is going to have a positive, happy ending, if not a very tearful one. But I have my work cut out for it.
This is what I did because I used one of the old wooden railway Thomases that I had to make this, and basically these guys called like the Homo Gems, they basically implant these like forced fusions into Timothy and make him into this.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I said that in my head. I'm like, yeah, oh my god.
Oh my lordy dotty.
I probably gave you nightmares for a week.
That won't give me nightmares. That's good. I ain't scared of it. Oh Jesus! It's kind of bad enough I wanted to have him in my whatever it was, but either way, Diesel 10 doesn't even exist in my universe because I just pretend he died in Thomas of the Magic Railroad. Killed him off.
Although, at least it isn't as bad as, like, Shed 17.
Oh, you had to bring that up?
Had to mention that. I knew it was going to happen. I don't mind that one too much. I don't mind that one too much because I actually have gotten used to it. And funny enough, it inspired me because this is where I kind of, this is where we're going to get a little bit weird here. Because this is what inspired me to do a Thomas Meets Batman thing I'm doing, which I want to do, but I don't know how the community are going to respond to it. If I can just find where I put it, I know it's here. I just need to drop it down so you don't see. Because I like to surprise my audience.
I mean, I was stupid to watch it. I mean, like I only skipped a few parts, and I thought it was going to be like Henry's time at Crew, how his time at Crew went.
Now, I was hoping it would be like a film, not a mockumentary as it was shown to be. Anyway, I found it. This is it. This is what many people thought was kind of cool. I spent 6 hours getting this poster looking good.
But Well, Glenn, it seems that you and I are big fans of a Batman fan. For me, for me, I'm more of the Joker on the Joker side.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson and Mark Howard are the best Jokers in my opinion. And I also love. Yeah, this was only a test at the time, but I am going to do this. But unfortunately, Batman appears like that in a later film, because I'm going to show you in a moment. If I can just drop down wherever it went. Because I did some test stuff on GIMP. I took some screen caps from Shed 17 and tried to do something cool because they looked very realistic. The first time I've ever shown this live and everyone else is seeing what I'm doing, this is, again, I'm very secretive about this, but I can trust that this community is going to love it. Anyways, let's see if I can find where it went. I know it's here. Just got to find it.
Oh, don't show Batman. It's bad for my swerves. Get out of here, Daisy!
Daisy!
Bad for your swerves, my tender or bunker.
Same thing with my diesel engine. You were saying?
Oh, in this case, as Batman was saying, is Ben Affleck's voice, which I am very, very good at because I have a very distinctive, deep voice in my vocal cords.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
Yep, that's my Batman voice you just heard. You see, Batman, the difference between you and me, you like at night.
I mean, I'm not that much of a Marvels fan, but I found it funny in that Robot Chicken DCC comic special.
Oh, Derek.
I was laughing so hard over it. The part where like Bane just comes out of nowhere and just breaks Batman's back.
They don't do that. God damn it. Yeah, I know. That's Batman for you.
You just watched him. This is a waking nightmare.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say for my series, my series is gonna be like a combination of Thomas and Tugs, because
Lord, that's the dream crossover we all want.
Well,
only could have happened.
Yeah, but there's a little twist to that. Technically,
Tugs,
I mean, there'll be a few Tugs that are in it, like Easy Gomez, but and he's on my layout. But technically, some of the Tugs characters are gonna come in as engines.
Oh, nice! That's going to make a very interesting crossover.
Attention, you Hercules!
I mean, I just can't believe that Hit Entertainment or Mattel had the balls to bring Big Mickey back.
Oh yeah, welcome back, Big Mickey.
Big Mickey, yep, indeed. There it is. This is one of my tested posters. This is what I'm going to do. Nice. It's a combination of Batman v Superman / Shed 17. And why is that, mind you? Let's just say these two have a very, very good friendship relationship between the two each other. It's going to be basically Superman's in because, the heck with it. It's just a crossover thing. It's like a Batman v Superman and Shed 17 combined. It's going to follow a similar plot, but it's also going to have the two of them fighting. And, of course, it's going to be very interesting, although I want to use footage from the actual film because you'll see this in a moment. There it is. This is one of my early back posts I did, like a DVD cover. And it's a nice combination, as you can see. There's Thomas from the Magic Railroad at the gates. And then there's Batman v Superman about to fight. And, of course, there's the fake controller. And there's one of the guys. And there's Dr. Ruth. And there's Keith Hartley being vomiting up, as usual, for comedy purposes. And my use of the Batmobile is the infamous 1989 Tim Burton version. It's a combination, and there's the Batplane, and there's the Batplane in the back. Yeah, that's what Bruce Wayne looks like because Batman at this point has been on the island of Soda for 10 years, and he's aged into his 45 now, so he's a little bit older, just like he is in the actual film itself. You get my drift?
Yeah, I get your drift. I would ask if you're a dude planning to make this crossover, if I could be Joker. But if you have someone but if he's not in it, or you got someone that is Joker.
Oh, this is way before it. This is way before. This is way before that. This is way after. This is like 10 years after Batman first came, because in the first one he's basically a young Ben Affleck, but he's a very young Ben Affleck's, but with Tim Burton's Batman style, because it's basically a remake of who he is, and eventually, you know, I'll explain this as best I can, lads, because, you know, Batman, like, says he had left Gotham City because they no longer needed him, and he had left to start a new life, and he comes with Alfred on Sodor to start a new living, you know, because they pretended he died or whatever it was, because, you know, Batman's really good at that. And when he does that, he's, like, very strange being on this place, and eventually, you know, Sodor is becoming a criminal active island, and then the cops can't do anything, and Batman decides to begin a new vigilante life, and he begins doing what he did in Gotham, and that's where the whole unique crossover comes into play. It's going to be really good. Speaking of which, this one is probably the best one I did. This one I had a lot of fun. And now what you can see there's Thomas and Batman and Superman like rushing into the Shed 17 complex together. And here's like a couple of bits I pulled off. If I can just pull in as close as I can. They're supposed to be the real engines, you know, in the shed, like, unknowing what's going on. And down there's the shed, and there's Keith being vomited again, and there's the Fat Controller being played by an evil bloke because the real one gets kidnapped and replaced with a serial killer. Yeah. And of course, there's bloody Jesse Eisenberg. Just ignore the idiot bloke. And there's Wilhelm as well. He actually is one of the bad guys. Maybe he gets brainwashed by Luthor to, you know, because he's in there to kill Superman, to be honest, which he nearly does. And there's Thomas himself wondering what the heck's going to happen. And there's one of the infamous shots in the scene after a experiment. Don't just pretend it's not Gordon. Went wrong, and there's Dr. Ruth with his cam, who plays a good role. And in case you're wondering, there's armored Batman's eyes, and there's an evil Superman because he gets that kryptonite into him, like he did in Superman 3, which is why Luthor brainwashes him to fight Batman. Hence the crossover. And in case you're wondering, there's Thomas covered in green steam, which is supposed to be Kryptonian. Kryptonite. And why is that, mind you guys? It's because, do you want to know why? Brace yourself. It's because Lex Luthor takes designs for what Wilhelm's biofuse engines are, and he actually takes Kryptonian DNA cells and implants them into the actual human body variations of them, thus giving them to the biofuse engines who take designs of the actual ones, because the actual engines get kidnapped and have their designs stolen and planned and rebuilt into them, like, you know, making clones of who they are but using humans. And what happens is that they have Kryptonian powers. And of course, that's where it gets chaotic. And even Thomas, despite the fact it's actually a clone of his actual son, which is revealed in the end afterwards, apparently ends up fighting the real Thomas, and it becomes kind of gruesome. And of course, after all the lies, and Luthor says this is that, he never was, he was just, I faked it. Let's just say it causes the fake Thomas to lose his marbles and has a fist fight with the real one. And he shoves him back so hard, he actually crashes into the tank, which is back there, which is where his actual body is. And it blows, and Kryptonian blows out of him. And after that, Batman does, like in the actual film, shoots a kryptonite gun blaster right into the actual Thomas himself. And that's where we do not get to see him pop out of his shell. We do not see that. But it does happen. And that's where he dies. Batman technically Thomas kills his clone self, even though Batman did the actual deed for him.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Who's joining in the call now?
It's just another call that's trying to pick up or something, but...
You saying? That was a mouthful, but I have a tendency to chat a lot due to my autism. Because I have Asperger.
That's alright, I have a friend with that kind of sounds similar to that.
Alright then, you guys were saying.
I'm trying to think what I was gonna say. Like, oh, now I remember. Like, basically, here's another thing about Timothy in my series. Basically, there's a bit more deeper meaning into his like inner demon. Like, basically, in my series, before he actually went to Sodor, he was actually sold to like another railway, a railway that's like along the borders between like the Great Western Railway and the Southern Railway. And basically, there was this evil saddle tank, kind of like one of Percy's sisters. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
And basically, this engine wants to like kill all the engines there because like basically as like the episode from Thomas Whenever 203's episode, The Eyes. Basically, they said that basically she was created by none other than the devil himself. And basically, she dies by falling off a bridge after Timothy accidentally bumps some trucks onto it, and she falls off of it, ended up destroying her. And the other engines
He
are
blamed himself.
yeah, basically the other engines blame him for what happened. Basically, when he goes to Sodor, he thinks that things are going to get better, but of course, in your series, like, it gets worse. And
Yes.
basically, like, as Timothy's like getting abused and all that stuff, he starts suffering nightmares about what happened to the engine. But unfortunately, those are not just nightmares. It's actually the engine itself possessing Timothy, like pouring their pestilence into his quote-unquote non-existent ear.
I see.
And let's just say that basically, like, the inner demon's removed thanks to Lady, but the inner demon's free and wants to cause havoc. And the crazy thing is, in like a future film in my series, she possesses Percy after Thomas lashes out at him for coming to this rail galley when he wasn't supposed to.
I see.
I mean, if you ever heard of the Dark Railway series, this is kind of based off of that a bit. Like, basically, a Jubilee called Repulse was actually possessed by an evil sibling of hers called Leander.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can see Brandon's still there, Mike's there, and you're still there. We're all in this together. Nice.
Indeed, we are.
In case you guys are wondering what on earth is Thomas looking up at Batman, that's basically at the end of their first meeting in the first film in the ending. Like, it's their whistle salute and Batman's just giving him the thumbs up because the two can trust each other. Even though he even tells him who he is under the mask, and the engines actually are very promising not to reveal who he really is. You know. Oh, this was the idea I tested out Batman. In his armored suit inside the actual Shed 17 complex, where he discovers the real reason why, and oh my god, does he freak the hell out, like Henry did when he saw it was in there. Because do you know what he's doing? Because he's implanting what's called bat cams that feed into his live data computer in his bat cave, which is actually located in the mine where Thomas fell down the mine. That's where Batman actually lives in his new bat cave. That's where he lives. So he's actually on Thomas's branch line, away from society. Oh, and of course I did a little editing here where Batman and Superman had their first fight, and I did this in GIMP, which is why I had the background and cut the thing out. It's where Batman realizes Superman's not the friend he knows anymore, and of course that makes him skeptical of who he was all along. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And there's Thomas and Batman just about to enter, where Batman's saying, "Back off, I need to get in here and take a look," or whatever the heck, you know. And then this is an interesting little note I did here. Thomas arrives in the complex, but Batman's privately undergoing an investigation in there on his own, and he's looking at it and he's asking, "Here, can you cover and look after my bat bike or whatever it is?" And but he is good. Holy criminy! Look who else has joined in the fray.
Yep.
Hard to believe we have two Nicks.
Oh, it's Nick.
What else?
Nick Gay.
Hey, Nick, guess who?
Yeah, kind of. Your buddy.
K-Fan Zone 01 himself.
That's me. The 10-year YouTube veteran.
Yeah, I haven't seen your Clinchfield Curse yet. A lot of people are waiting for the sequel ending.
You can see it. You can watch it now to catch up with what you want. It's your entitled to it, mate.
Well, just to tell you, you do excellent work.
Cheers, lads. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it really does mean a lot. It's the best project I've ever worked on, but I'll never do anything like that ever again because it was really, really stressing. Need 2 years in the making to do this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It all paid off, though.
You were saying?
Yeah, but I wanted to ask, what were your thoughts on, The Great Race, Journey Beyond Sodor, and the upcoming Big World, Big Adventures?
Let's just say I'm not really into the modern movie stuff. I only liked The Great Race because Flying Scotsman came in because it was the perfect for when he came back into Steam after 10 years, which was basically the reason why they got him in there. That's just it. I'm just glad Flying Scotsman finally made it at long last since he was last seen in season 3.
Indeed.
And what about Journey Beyond Sodor?
I have no earthly idea. I'm not much of a Q&A bloke, to be honest. Oh, you're back there, Brandon. Nice.
Yes, Tornado's birthday's coming up next month.
Really sure it isn't your birthday next month, Brandon?
Yeah. We need to do some special for we need to do something special for Tornado to wish him a happy birthday, even though he's a train. I mean, I know he's a train, but hey.
Yes, of course he is. And there's been some slight complaints about having me using Tornado as a female in my film, and everybody's like, big deal, and they think it's very intriguing because, hey, it works in mine. And it was Shine Altez's idea, that, not me, but it was cool.
Indians can be either males or females. It doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna make mine a male. Sorry, sorry, people out there, but a lot of our minds have been made for us. So yeah,
that's fine with me. And not only am I good at that, but I also did some crossovering back in the day when I used to have a girlfriend at the time. We came with this idea called the Disney Trio. Now, if you're wondering what that means, it has nothing to do with Mickey, Goofy, or Donald Duck. This is different. This is my own. This is what we did together back in the day before I even said anything. This is kind of a bit of a what the heck is this, Kane fan? This is something new. This is something I kept away for a while, but I thought since you guys want to see it, and I'm full of surprises, and no, I'm not referring to that song. I am full of, yes. I'm full of. Actually, I'm full of you know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, boy.
I'm full of surprises, as you can clearly see.
Do
not sing that. God damn it!
It's fine.
Well, I do know that Flying Scotsman will be appearing in Big Adventures, so
that would be quite cool. Yeah, at least he hasn't got a big role, though. That's the only thing.
Oh,
either way.
I don't know if you guys have heard the news, but Trains Empire's history.
What?
Who's Trains Empire?
Elements Trains Empire, the guys that building a lot of the Trains content, they just went down.
Especially like Big Mickey right here.
Oh no! God damn it! That was definitely that's a tragedy, man.
At least I was able to get them. And plus, look at this: two machines with the word "big" in it. Big Emma and Big Mickey.
Oh wow!
The funny thing is, I actually got Stephen.
Nice. Oh, Stephen King, maybe. Oh no, not that Stephen. Sorry, I got
Stephen King.
Sorry, I got that wrong.
Oh my God!
That was a No.
Hey, Chasey Mook, you still there?
Who's Chase? Oh yeah. Now, in case you're wondering what that is, that's M. Bison and Darth Vader. They're the two villains in my Disney Trio saga, and that's got the Imperial and Shadaloo thing. That's what it's called. What's left of Vader's Empire from Return of the Jedi merges with M. Bison's Shadaloo organization. Yes, I know. Quit doing that. I've already got Darth Vader's clock on there. If I turn that off, you'll hear him breathe. He will. Yeah, and his eyes will light up. Either way, we did this. We're doing our own Star Wars saga, and of course, and it's going to be weird for you lads. I don't usually share this, but you can bear with me with this, can't you?
Yeah, for me,
you can bear with me. You can bear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Darth Vader, but my favorite Star Wars villain I like a lot, and mostly people already know this, is I'm a big fan of General Grievous.
Star Wars Episode 3. I'm a Darth Vader fan. I've met the original behind the mask. David Prowse, by the way.
I know.
I'm gonna go for
there
the
we go.
today, guys. See ya.
That's it. That's my Disney Trio stuff. That's my original.
Oh,
you got
nice.
And Judge Farlow is actually a good guy. He's not a bad guy. That was my idea. He's actually the trio's keeper. He looks after these three little ones who fight to save our planet.
Oh my god, Frollo. Ugh.
Love him, man. Best Disney villain of all time. And you couldn't ask for a good voice actor.
True,
Tony J. Tony J, man.
So if I was to go with Disney villains of all time, I'll have to go with, well, I have a top 3 favorite. Captain Hook.
Good with him too, man. Yep, Jafar.
And Scar.
I thought we were going to go for Gaston. Wow.
Yeah, no offense, but I'm not a big Gaston fan.
That's okay. Besides, I grew up with all the Disney villains because they were so cool. But Frollo is definitely number 1 because he's just perfect how he's laid out. Despite he's an elderly man, I just felt like that was a bit strange. But either way, it's his voice talent alone that does it. It's going to sound a bit weird. I'm going to pull my headsets out so you can hear this because you don't mind if I play this to you, lads.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's going to sound...
We still play audios all the time, so yeah, there's nothing really surprising here.
There are no surprises in this call.
No, there is one that just hasn't been revealed yet.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to sound like the Undertaker.
I know, but there is one I haven't shown yet.
Oh my god.
Yes, you heard me right. I actually have been cosplaying the Dead Man for nearly 11 years now. Which is why you can see my DeviantArt wife been dressing up like him. Here we go. And of course, there's my Dark Alliance from episodes 3, 4, 5 to 6.
Whoa, nice.
Andrew, chat.
Who's in the chat?
Nah, I sent something to Andrew, something private so you can get it. It's funny as hell.
That's okay. It doesn't bother me. Oh, it doesn't really matter. You saw my... in the chat, man.
I don't know why I married you. Ping.
Dinosaur reference.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just... This is going to sound a little weird. Apparently, I kind of did this kind of anime intro-like, and it's kind of a dark intro with the Disney trail. This is like after Star Wars, I think. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm a bit nervous. I don't usually show yourself to a lot, but this is because, you know, I'm always nervous to show people my content. But you guys can bear with me, can't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Let me just check and get this thing started. Because my
I need a toe.
I'm just a bit surprised about how the audience on this are going to look at this now, because this is the first time I've ever done this. You know, I'm nervous as hell, man. My hand is shivering, brother.
Well,
as Hulk Hogan would say.
As my dad would say, first time for everything.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna make sure it's not too loud because you know, I've had hearing operations 9 times in my. I actually got discharged a few years ago. Let me just see how this works.
There we go. There's something for Brandon in the chat for when he gets back.
There we go. That's all right. Got it. It's pretty cool. I'm really glad to know Brandon here. This is brilliant. You know, the guy who does all the bunch of reviews. It's amazing. You know, I hate to admit this, lads. If we ever do another live stream like this again, I would be more than thrilling to rejoin you guys, because you just made me super happy, and I'm kind of pretty emotional about it. You can't quite see me about it. I'm actually kind of happy, so proud of it, because, you know, after all the dark stuff I'd gone through as of late, the 2018 has been a roller coaster, but I think this is the turning point, and because summer's just started, something special happens, and this is just one of many that's just happened. 3 really good weeks in a row. Couldn't get any better. Okay, let's just go and play together. Okay. And sometimes I gotta learn to shut my mouth if I can, which I cannot do. Yeah, it's fun. Anyways, here we go. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but like I said, it's got a bit of a weird intro I took from Higurashi from the anime series, and I did the English subtitling in Final Cut, and it was a bit weird. This is what it will look like. It's not like official, but it's just something I was doing because I was bored as hell back in the day, and I just thought, why not? And I was also improving my editing skills at the time because I was in college, which I graduated from, and this is what helped me do it. Here we go.
Yep.
Oh. There we go. It's freezing on my side. That's my girlfriend's name right there.
Time to die.
I have to admit, it was a lot of fun doing this.
Undertaker.
Lucy from Elfin Light. You will die. As for all, he's actually a good guy, not a bad guy in this. Time to die. Oh, I forgot I did it in English. That was Christopher B, by the way. What do you guys think? That's kind of a bit of a weird thing. The audience are going to be, let's not play around with my editing skills. I think the audience are going to be thinking, what the hell did we just see there?
Well, you just blew my mind.
Yeah, that was a bit of a, back in the day. Damn, my stomach is really cringing right now. I'm not embarrassed, but that's how it is when I show people first time of what I'm really good at doing.
It's all right. I mean, we all get like that after like we rewatch stuff that we've done in the past.
Okay. There's another thing. Oh yeah, if you think that was pretty good, I actually have a lot of other things. Oh, is that supposed to be Henry?
Yeah, Henry with Merlin from Journey Beyond Sodor. Basically, this is like something I did back when I started my DA page.
Oh, I thought for a split second I thought Henry was wearing a crown on his funnel for a split second.
Yeah, it's like this. Invisibility on! And then he turns
Jesus.
Henry invisible.
Oh my God, he's turned midget Timothy.
Well, not Timothy, it's actually a mini of Henry invisible.
Oh, it's Silver, after all, unless he's trying to be the Silver Avenger. Oh my dear Lord, what am I saying? Here's my task file. Oh, my mother thing. Oh yeah, I know I haven't got. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, this is my early days at the time when I did a lot of. I only did 2 episodes back in the day when I was going to repackage my entire channel and do my own Thomas Mole series, but I've long since retired from that. It wasn't really good. It wasn't really good, to be honest.
Actually, I got something funny that I think you might get a crack of from Glenn.
Oh, okay.
Like, I made this like that because I thought this would be very funny. Like, it's a segment called like "Don't Touch."
That's Ryan. I know that's Ryan.
Yeah, he's like, I've got a passenger train to take. Now all I need are some coaches. He sees anything clever. He's like, I guess I'll take. Wait, what the bump?
I saw this.
You took my coaches?
Oh yeah. Touch my coach, you die. Oh yeah, that's Thomas for you. Talk about being overprotective.
And then he's like this. What are the odds of him knowing? Couples up, backs away, but then what the? Halt!
Thomas, man. Thomas, you're taking this too far.
Yeah, he's like this. Brian, put my coaches back now, and nobody gets hurt. But Thomas, I need them. I have a passenger train to take in 5 minutes. Have it your way, Northern Boy. Northern Boy, wait, what? And that's why I've been here for weeks.
That would be a perfect YouTube shoot. That would be a perfect Thomas YouTube shot right there for you, buddy. You can get some great views on that.
Thomas blows his stack number 3. And then there was like one.
No! Not that again. Oh my God.
Yeah, I admit that one wasn't really all that good. But don't worry, there's a little bit of sort of a happy ending for Orion in the end. Like, basically, it's like this. Thomas and Ryan are arguing. And
Liz, I can see Liz in the back.
What's he?
I can see the gorgeous Liz in the background.
And he's like, if you even touch my coaches again, I will blow you to...
Oh,
What the?
That's it. You show me this.
Sweetheart. And then you
Nice.
see
Payback,
Ryan Gray,
sir.
like, Liz just called me her sweetheart. He's so cool.
Funny enough, Liz might be in my series. I don't know. I am thinking of having a female in my new generation Steam team when I begin my own series.
Speaking of Liz,
Yes. Oh man, you're so lucky, man, to customize a model of her. Nice.
I got permission.
Brilliant. Well, if you ever get the opportunity to, you're always more than welcome to create my OC character. I'm more than happy to, mate.
I'd be happy to. I just need to buy another Batman Gordon before I do.
That's fine. You can always make him in the TBS. It doesn't really matter if you get a Batman Gordon or whatever. It's fine. It doesn't bother me too much.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there one point where you had like Henry Spender as well for your OC?
Yeah, that's actually my TVS hybrid form.
Like you're an
There's a difference.
experimental express engine.
Not really. I'm actually. You may have missed it. I'm an A0, but I was eventually, to work on Serdal. They decided, the Fat Controller gave me a special overhaul to improve me, to make me very super powerful, so I can pull both, passengers and freight or whatever. But I'm mostly an express locomotive. I had to give you an idea. I actually had the Princess Elizabeth boiler or whatever it was back in the LMS, which is why I looked big enough. But instead, I was given a slight change here and there, and eventually I was given Henry and a LMS tender style. To give you an idea, what I would have looked like for real in that form, I would have been rebuilt from what I was into Princess Elizabeth's forward front, if you remember who that is from the LMS. I'll give you a picture of it.
I think I do.
I'll be I'm like Princess Elizabeth's forward half, but my tender, in a way, is actually that of Tornadoes. That's a combination right there. That's where I got the idea from.
Oh, you mean kind of like something like this, in a way?
That's right. Yes, I have that. That's the type of style I had, except I bit it with the Tornadoes tender, and that's how I would look. And what you see me in my Henry's tender formation is basically that of my TVS form of this, except that's just it. That's the closest we could get to it.
Here on my DA page, I mean, I did a lot of sprites, and this one I'm planning to buy the Hornby model of one day, the Hornby Q6. Her name Raven.
Oh, nice, from the Raven Pacifics.
Yeah.
Nice. Where did I put my video? I know I had it here somewhere.
And here's another thing, Victor Tanzic's version of Ghost?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I got a little bit of inspiration from that. Because in one of my episodes, basically I created an episode called The Ghost Storms Through.
That sounds like a nice title.
Yeah, and it involves this engine, called V2. And I know this is a Tommy Gordon, and basically, this engine got destroyed in a lightning strike while pulling the goods train. It got like a fuel tanker got struck while he was pulling the goods train, and its ghost would look all mangled and stuff and burnt. And here's another creepy thing.
What?
Here's what else happens.
Yeah.
Holy smoke. Good, clever effect. I never thought that would happen. That's a good effect.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, I tried to use this Tommy Gordon's face for my Hornby Flying Scotsman, but it didn't really work out.
Yeah, too. Anyway, here's the little comic I made with my sprites. Basically based off a certain trailer.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. What the hell are you? We are Venom.
Oh, based off Venom, eh? The new trailer. Oh, God almighty, no.
Me
What
scared.
happened?
Me scared Deal 10. I even made a video just for the hell of it. It's I think quite good.
I get the
Venom
joke,
freaked
yeah.
me the hell out in like Spider-Man.
I'm not scared of Venom. I just don't think his video things are going to come out so
But I mean, we're here in that video. It's 12 seconds long, but it's worth watching. What the hell?
Jesus, you definitely sound like Batman there.
I have the voice for these kind of things.
Indeed, you do.
Yep. And also, and not the first one, but the second one. This is going to be based on another Tux character I'm planning to make.
I see.
The name says it all.
Oops, I'm putting one of my videos up. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's very shocking if you ask me. Like, first Wild No Western has 10 cents appear in this series, and then Big Mickey.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that it? Oh, wow.
Now, you wonder about this one? I'm quite a big fan of Aladdin, and well, Jafar has been one of my favorite villains. So why not use Deal 10 for Jafar? It makes sense.
I see. Nice inspiration.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Now, what you guys are seeing here, I know this is not quite good, but hang on, let me just cut this. I'll make it bigger on my side. I actually did a video back in my glorious times of my editing. It's based on an OC character, Kane Smith, in my Titanic thing I was telling you about. But he actually had a darker past, and he's actually an immortal, so he's not really human anymore. I kind of did this cool film back in the day when I was like really getting into it. It's a very dark type of story. He's basically having flashbacks of it, and it's very strange. And despite I looked skinny as hell, I was playing a stunt double effect. Or what I was doing. It looks a bit weird. It might cause you flash photography if anybody's got photosynthesis. Yeah, I can just get to the right page. Yeah, I'm just skipping it slightly. Oh, there we go. This was one of them, and this is kind of a bit weird. Oh, nice post there, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yep. Suppose yeah. Technically, these are the main stars of the movie because of me, Nicholas, Henry, Gordon, and Alfred.
Nice. Okay, I got my screen. I think I have this all work out. Yep, got my tab. You can see my reflection. You were saying?
It's just that, in that film that Andrew's making, basically, I may see a bit out of character in that film, but I'm okay with it because basically, with my OC, I'm just basically open-minded and basically, not so quick to judge, even to others.
Yeah, but in this special, Nicholas is one of those characters where he's a how should I say? In other words, at first he does not believe in ghosts.
Famous last words. There's a lot of questions going on around here since. Oh man, I think everybody else is missing out. We got TK could have joined in. We got a lot of blokes that could have been in this call. Man, this is brilliant. Like I said, this has been tremendous. Oh, looks like Nick has decided to put himself on mute as well as has Brad for some reason. Either ways. Anyways, this is one of my videos. You guys can still see us, can't you?
Yeah.
Good. This is going to be a bit weird. This was based on my OC character at the time. I've only skipped a few videos because they were a bit weird. This one was really good. It's part of my editing. It's going to be a bit dark, but this was due to my clever editing at the time I was doing. That's me wearing a black towel on my head. This is how I used to describe myself with my darker autism too.
Wow.
It's my clever editing. I don't know how I'm edited.
I'm the one who's haunted.
That's actually my parents' room, to be honest. I couldn't film in my room.
It makes sense.
My own humanity. And that's me wearing my mask. This is all part of my clever effects of what I was doing at the time. It's a bit weird, but this is how I do my clever stuff.
Wow.
Nice.
It gets better and better. And don't think of Timothy when you hear this laughter. Just don't think that was Alfred or Timothy. And the OCUs are going to be wondering, what the hell are we saying? Seems what's his name is not there. He's out of camera shot. That's just one of the clever things I was known for at the time. That may have been a bit strange to you, lads, but that's just the type of person I was at the time. That's way back in 2012.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, what I'm doing, what I'm about to show you.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's my layout.
Holy criminy, I'm a little bit jealous. Holy criminy, that's awesome. What the hell? Nice. God, I don't know how you were able to make that info. Like, there was just no way I could have that in my home, but that's brilliant.
Yes, but look who's next to Cranky.
Oh, God, no.
Yep. Big Mickey. Custom made, too. And,
oh, God.
and myself of engines. And before you ask why I have Sunset Shimmer on my shelf, it's a long story.
Dad, I'm not even interested in that, man. I wouldn't ask.
I mean, I went for a phase back in middle school, but I just learned that it's an okay show.
Well, I quite like the show. Well, I quite like the show. I mean, if others don't, that's fine.
Speaking of which, I've also done a comic dub as well. It's sort of like, I think you saw like the whole shipment between Thomas and Ashima.
Yes.
I think it's really cute.
But just how huge, brother?
Yeah. Basically, Colin Cavill Wilson, like, now I can see why you fell Cavill Wilson, Thomas. Nicholas! Look at how flustered you are. It's so cute.
Oh my bloody Dotty. Yeah, there's one thing you guys haven't realised. I actually did do one funny commentary at the time. I don't know if we still got it here, but I'm not to go off topic with trains, but there's one comment. I did a commentary on one of my buddy's videos that I'm very known for, and it was the most ridiculous. It was the most blasphemous commentary I've ever done with a good buddy of mine, and it's a shame Brandon and what's his name are not here to see this, because everybody, I would like to get a good laugh out of people. But you're gonna love what you're gonna see. I think you'll be like scratching your heads, like, what the heck is this? If I can just get my camera to work again. If it chooses not to. There we go. I'm just going to get this thing. You're going to absolutely laugh your head off to this one. It's a shame, really. It's going to be. You're going to be wondering what the heck. But it's something funny. It's so funny and entertaining.
I can believe that.
It's on a video game, and I was a part of the commentary team on it. Okay, this thing's got to load for a while. Anyways, I wonder who else is going to be joining in the call with us if we can. Oh, nice. Clever editing there, Andrew. I'm surprised no one got your copyright strike for that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm used to it. but yeah. I have all the Disney characters. Jiminy, I've always been a big fan of Jiminy Cricket.
You've got a lot of messages in your box. Got 3,108. Jeez, you got that sorted out, mate.
Yeah, don't ask why I did this one. I was bored. I was just bored.
So this is you, Andrew. Nice, cleverly done, man. I have to say, for Disney, I have a lot. I've got plenty, and of course. My number one favorite is coming back. He's returning on March 29th, 2019, and oh my god, it feels like my childhood has been reborn, as I keep saying.
Yeah. Oh, you mean
Dumbo?
Yep, the little elephant with the big ears.
I've never actually seen that movie before.
Oh man, you missed something growing up, man.
Although my favorite character from Dumbo, I mean, I like Dumbo, I like Timothy Mouse, but my favorite character of all time is Timothy Jr.
Oh man, I grew up with Dumbo because he and I were similar. I had autism, he had big ears. We proved all those Dan was wrong. Okay, I think I found what I was looking for. Here we go. I'm actually part of a channel with this here, and I do funny commentary with a good buddy of mine, and here we go. You're gonna think this, you think this is hilarious. You just wait till you hear me commentary. I'm actually laughing my backside off, like I can't take it seriously, but oh my lord, it's the most blasphemous, like, what the hell thing ever. This is gonna be a long thing, but you guys can bear with me, can't you?
Of course.
I wish all the others could come back and see this because they're missing out on something.
I know.
Okay, this low enough? Okay, here we go. There it is. This is an Ultimate Battle thing, and this is me talking with a good buddy of mine who's dubbed Carl. I won't do that, apparently. He did this with me. First time I ever commented live on YouTube at the time, and this was hilarious. This is called The Battle of Who Owns Christmas. It's Santa Claus versus Jesus. Who will win? Only one can declare winner. I know. It's the most screwed up match I've ever been in. And my commentary is like a child high on crack, apparently. It is funny, actually. Just joking.
For me, I'll have to go with both. Oh my god, it seems that you and I are the only ones still here, unmuted, but everyone else.
I guess he's laughing his head off wherever he is. That's Jodo. What the hell's going on? Why are they all muting each other? Unless they don't want to hear this.
I understand Brandon and Nick, but Nicholas, unless he has good reason.
Unless he doesn't want to see this. Anyways, this is if you think the Passion of the Crisis was worse, this is ridiculous. Jesus. Taking on.
Oh my God! Santa Claus is
That's me talking. That's me talking. That's me talking on the mic.
Put him. Jesus. Santa Claus is.
Jesus. They're buffing over this match. Christmas. He wants to make it Santamus. That's the tagline of this. He wants to make it Santamus.
What you gonna do when Santa Claus wants more than you know your best?
Everyone's missing something funny here, lads.
I mean, Jesus Christ himself, the Son of God, has been taken down, and Santa's Christmas jingle belling up. This is wrestling Santa. He has got a wrestling.
That's me talking there, man, Joe.
Nothing's ever happened.
There, talking in my normal voice.
He's been hitting the steroids.
That's Carl. That's Carl talking.
I can't believe this. It's Jesus. Hail
and all.
Oh, hell, it's still calling, damn it. If he loses, his hell will be broken. Absolutely. This is the battle for who gets the holiday that they're both known for. One man had the holiday named after him. One man
owns Christmas
and delivers the presents
to all the children.
One person.
They can only own it.
Christmas. It's into the battle. They can only own it. And how ironic enough, on Easter Day is the day that people thought that Jesus resurrected himself. Yeah, we're just past
Easter.
My God, I can't believe that. How ironic that is that we're seeing that happen right now. Jesus resurrected himself after 3 days. It will take 3 counts.
It's a night.
Or 300 counts, who knows? Oh, Enziguri. Nice Santa Claus. Look at Santa. He's in such good condition. He is. He's got
steroids, new gym, new tattoos and all.
He's got some tattoos. I know, this is not like the Santa Claus kids were like. This would give him nightmares. Jesus has turned up just in his regular gear, but Santa's had wrestling gear made. I guess he got it for Christmas. Merry Christmas there on his tights.
It's not Christmas yet. We've still got the summer season to scratch our way through.
December, yeah.
Next time we all on, and the next time, guys, when we see this live, then I'm going to put this back on because everybody's missing out on something hilarious here.
I know, right?
And I'm laughing.
Santa Claus is wrestling.
That's me talking, just normal.
How is it stuck to his head? Unless he's super glued it.
I know.
Oh my God! And Jesus is just shoving him down. The ribs.
No offense, but I go for Santa because, well.
No, I put that.
Well, you know.
I know what you mean.
No offense to Jesus himself. I mean, I believe in Jesus. I believe in God, but
me too.
Jesus, I don't mean that.
Oh, I haven't got mine stored just yet. He's been crucified all over again as Jesus heads to the top rope. And he's gonna fly like he does on Christmas Eve. It was the moonsault all the way from the North Pole. That was known as the top pole.
The North Pole. Sorry.
Yep, I'm starting to lose it now.
I'm losing it, God. My God, I'm losing it, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone's actually having Christmas Eve. And the face of Jesus. Yep, I'm laughing now.
This is absolutely nuts.
I'm laughing, but I'm getting tears in my eyes actually because this is so hilarious.
Yeah, I know, right?
A tiger bomb, or in this case, a donkey bomb.
Maybe it's a donkey bomb.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Was it the Athens bomb? Or was it the Jerusalem bomb?
Yeah, the Jerusalem. Oh, Santa now.
Santa now with kicks to the chin.
I'm trying to get like I'm trying to get.
Oh my God! Maybe Judas has sold all of Jesus' secrets and weaknesses to Santa here.
He sold his soul to Santa.
Oh man!
Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Ho ho, goodbye.
Jesus is being
Crucified all over again.
And it's just
past Easter.
And Santa is crucified again, and he's going to take.
Make it Santa's with him. You can make it Santa's. The whole world order.
He's going to have a.
Oh my God.
I'm losing it. I actually am laughing. I can't even
It's
talk.
the whole world order.
It's not even Santa Claus, brother.
What are you gonna do when Santa runs his reindeer all over you? What are you gonna do when Thomas the Tank Engine steamrollers over you?
Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ in bloody thing!
Just make sure nobody lied and take this offensively, but this is so good. Who would have think an old man with a very old bit?
Oh my God!
What did you say? Yeah, Drake?
This was the manifest. Thank God it was.
I'm enjoying it.
Who would... I'm losing it. Who would have thought an old man with an old beard could kick the shit out of somebody?
Yeah, you know, right? Yeah.
Unless it's Satan Claus.
Hey, you know, I'm not sure you said this or not, but if Santa ever punches Jesus in the nose, maybe you should call that move the red-nosed reindeer punch.
Oh my God, that's not gonna carry it away. Yeah, that's worse. We got a move that's worse than that, and you'll see it in a minute. It's the best line ever in a moment.
Jacked up as hell.
I have a question.
If she's from Jerusalem, how come he's painted all white?
That's a good question. You got hit by a Oh
no, Jesus again with that.
If Jesus from the Middle East, how come he's painted all white?
Or it's Jesus, who knows? But you made a good point there. I was going to the same thing. If he is from Iran, how come he's white? I don't know. I guess the suit says it all.
It's because all the paintings have been
done by white guys.
Racism.
Anyway.
But Jesus invented it. No wonder that happened.
Yep, and I'm a Christian, damn proud of it.
So unholy of him.
Or maybe he's telling the other cheek
too much. Just keep her goodbye.
Oh, ho, ho, Easter bitch.
Yes, I know, I shouldn't have said that.
Like says right there.
Yep, ho, 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 Eastern bitch. Santa slaying.
But there you go, look in the chat. There's a gift for you.
Oh, someone coming up. Oh, the big bomb! Y'all lost it. The enemy's back just like the cross. The crucifix bomb.
And there's the blood marks of where Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus. Everyone's talking on the call. They don't want to get in the call here. Oh, no, it's torture rack. Torture rack them. Well.
No, my God, he can't do it.
If there's a hell, we're going to it. If there's a hell, we're going to it.
By the way, Glenn, Nick is asking, do you want some of his trains, because Nick actually does makes trains models himself.
Well, I haven't got it installed yet, unfortunately, but I'll let him know.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks for the offer, but at the time I haven't got my game installed yet. I haven't got the Thomas installed. I need to get my OC and everything all into play to customize my own routes. Santamus. Oh God!
This has been an absolute.
It's been the past of the cross. I was going.
Welcome back, Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, just and Santa Claus just bitch slapped Jesus.
Oh my God.
There's going to be a Christmas present for those in Jerusalem. He's going to go and get his slap.
I lost it there. The big leg drop. The boom. There you go. Santa loves his leg drop.
Christmas leg drop on a happy new goddamn year. With Santa Claus with the lions.
That's me commentating, by the way, Nicholas.
Oh my God, he's coming out.
Oh, Jesus ain't done yet. He's coming back. He's resurrecting.
Christ, God. He's coming back. He's resurrecting. I beg you.
Oh, here it comes. The best move of the year. You've all the red-nosed reindeer punch. Here it comes. He's going to go for...
No, he's just being a... He is crucified.
Oh, my God. A backbreaker to Jesus.
Oh.
Oh, my God. The Christmas cracker. There it is.
I thought it was the nutcracker.
The Christmas cracker, that's what it was called.
Jesus.
I want to go with the nutcracker.
Oh my God. No.
No! He just can't do it.
Oh, let's take over.
Let's hear from Jesus. Santa says, fuck you. Fuck you, Jesus. You've had it for 2,000 years. Now it's mine.
I'm losing you. I'm actually crying at the moment at this point. The Santamas. You're wondering what... Oh, there's Lizzie's form. Nice. Nicholas, I saw the model that Lizzie's American form's based on.
I thought she was based off of something from, like, some other railroad.
Oh my
God, nice. Well, at least you got your train running in. This is how I do my filming, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
the exact same field.
I mean, oh yeah, but this route's completely different.
It's similar though, I can tell.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Nice.
I prefer this one because it's a lot more detail and it has like a lot more scenery and more longer lines.
I see, nice. This could be this is CXW transportation. Nice. Oh, crucifix pinball, Jesus! And you almost won Christmas off him. Nice. That's actually Lizzie's model form if she were an American.
I haven't really decided on, like, I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of the American engines, but I'm kind of a big fan of the Southern Pacific engines because I just love those daylight colors.
Likewise. And 611 is in second place. The third of the Chrysler was bad. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I think you've heard about what's been going on with 611, haven't you?
Nice.
I mean, have you heard what's been going on with 611 lately?
Yeah, I know. I've seen the news. Oh.
It's been passed down to Amtrak, and everyone's becoming a bit nervous because of Amtrak's bad track record.
Yeah, Amtrak ain't the place to be. Damn, why can't they just pass 611 on to 4449? That's the dream everyone wants to see. The meeting of those two icons.
I guess the fans are like, I guess as confused as we are, there's entire matchup.
That's me commentating, by the way, you noticed.
Oh, here it comes again.
Santa loves his leg drop.
The Christmas leg drop and another replay showing for the highlights. For the kids only. Or maybe for the kids in need in November of this year. I've just got word that that's called the Santa Sleigh.
Oh, the Santa Sleigh.
No, Jesus kicked out. Jesus
oh, it's Percy.
Santa,
just joking.
He's losing his sleigh.
Santa's ready to stuff his stocking in here.
Stuff his stocking right now. He'll give him the jingle bell drop if he can.
And now he's going to fly from the North Pole again. Divor.
Oh! Smooth songs. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no, Santa won. It's going to be Santamas. Santa's Christmas and Jesus is dead a second time. Santa Claus has crucified Jesus officially. Oh, jeez.
Jesus has for heaven. All these times, it's ridiculous.
Yes. Anyways, oh. like I was just trying to get at was that's the same route slightly, but like I said,
Yeah.
it's it's funny, Nicholas. You've got the route, you got your screwed up. This is exactly how I did my filming with Chuck and Shine Ortez. By the way, if you were to film for me, this is how it would be going right now.
Yep. Except the only difference with this route is that the bridge where 311 fell off is not on this route.
Well, like I was just trying to get you at was, if there's any other way, like I said, if you would do any filming for me, maybe if you wanted to, Nicholas, if you've got a YouTube channel or whatever.
I do.
Which is good. You could send some videos, a video shot for me maybe, and then give it to me on my Facebook page, and that I can download it.
I don't really use Facebook.
No, I mean, that's my way I can get the clips sent, or if you've got Mediafire.
I don't have a Mediafire either. Maybe if I could send them through to Shine, then he could basically pass it on to you.
All right, then do it that way then. There's only one shot I need, or two, or something like that maybe.
What shot is it?
Yeah. Well, actually, we're doing actually, if you guys want to see this, you're in for a special treat now, my friends.
All right.
Because I'm going to show you what I've done in my 311 film. That was just something I was hoping everybody could see, the whole Santa Claus being the shit out of Jesus. Oh, God. I couldn't help with it, but it was something funny you guys missed out on. I know, I can tell you one thing, Andrew kind of thought that was hilarious as hell, man. I can imagine what TK and the others would have thought. If they were joining this right now,
I'm pretty sure they're probably asleep by now, because I'm pretty sure it's probably like close to like midnight by now.
It's 2 minutes past midnight here. I'm still wide awake as heck. You guys have kept me up and running. And I've loved this live stream now. This is amazing. I wouldn't mind doing another one when we get the time, maybe, once we get the opportunities.
You're more than welcome to join anytime.
You guys have earned my respect, man. I love it. Oh, I'm just so glad this all came out. I didn't expect this to happen, but now I know how to do a live stream and Hangouts. It's easy. Just give me the link and I'm in there live. Brilliant.
Yep, and also you're going to be in for a little surprise with what you see next on this route.
I'm looking.
There's some engines in the sheds.
Oh, nice. That's in the exact same place where 311 was resting. Oh, freaking out. It is 311. She lives. Or in this case, it's Jessica. At the Clinchfield Lumberyard.
Yep.
She's not dead.
I just got a thought, son. Since they now know where her remains are, do you think it could be possible to fish them out and restore her?
Well, maybe if there was an alternative. Well, like I said, we don't know. Like I said, she was there in my variation. But then again, who knows what would happen? Who knows? I mean, we'll never know. Like I said, I could throw in a few Easter eggs in there, maybe. You never know, because according to 311, her remains are still there, but no one notices. So I might do a thing where they might find some of her remains and probably, bring her back to life, perhaps, maybe. Who knows what will happen? It's the same thing I might do with Timothy. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I did have a bit of a question about Clinchfield 150. What happened with that engine? Was it preserved or was it scrapped?
That, unfortunately, is a private-made usable engine, and unfortunately, we will never know if it's a male or female, or we don't know if there was a relationship. We don't know. That's why I'm leaving it into a mystery.
I mean, because by the sound of what Louise said, when she said that basically that they had a tight bond with each other, I just thought they were kind of
well, not really. Yeah, there wasn't a romantic relationship. They were just very, very tight, almost like a brother and sister or sibling type bond. That's how close they really were. There it is. Yes. Oh, nice. Like I said, 311 still in yours. Who knows what would happen? But like I said, if you ever did, what you could do is I could have that. That's quite nice. So this is the exact new improved version of the CSW at the time. Now it's known as CXX Transportation now. So it's like a new improved. Nice. So this is technically what we call the Clinchfield Lumberjack layout, since it's the lumberyard.
Yeah.
Did you do anything to do with this anyway?
Huh?
Sounds like you did the whole layout in a cool way now.
Well, it wasn't me. I found it off the download station on the content manager.
Oh, funny enough, this is the exact same place where the manager killed the president.
Yeah, except like it's turned into like a lumber, you know.
Well, actually, go back round for a second. I think you're in the same place. So turn around for a sec. Turn your camera around. Yeah, no, fall back. Just point back. Right there, go to the left. Yep, there it is. There it is, the water section. Go up.
Yep.
There, look, no, not there.
Oh.
Go to your left. Go to your left.
Uh.
Go to your left and keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. Here it is. This is it. This is exactly where. Yep, this is the former route where the Clinchfield was gone. So this is technically it's the exact transportation as it would be today.
Yep.
Nice. Who knows what would happen? I could use this route, maybe. I definitely would love to use this for Trains 12 if it's possible. And there's the roundhouse in Campton. And this is also part of.
And then if you go like way over here, you'll find this is where she departed on her tragic accident.
Yep, this is the logging camp where it was at the time, up in the mountains on the other side. Like higher from the where it was. This is supposed to be camp, I don't know, but like I said, this is exactly where it was. It's also the exact same place where Jason met 311 in his flashback. Here we go. You're seeing my. This is how I do all my filming, by the way, lads. Andrew, no time for sleeping.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is where I do my filming, Nicholas and Andrew. This is how I did all my. And you're in for a treat, my friend. I need to get one shot done here.
That's Moonmaker.
Here we go. I'm just going to say this is a sneak preview. So I know everybody. I know this is leaking onto the community, and all are going to think, "Oh my God, this is it." You know, but everyone doesn't know anyway. Unless you guys did. This is it right there.
It's up to you.
Oh, yeah, turn the light up. Okay, this is a sneak preview of what you're going to see. And there's Jason, that's me. Hi, boy.
With the passing of October, the month of November was welcomed. It was day 7 of the month. The weather was clear.
This is supposed to be improved versions of Sodor, which writes an alternative universe. And there he is. Flying Scotsman. Use the original whistle, not Neville's whistle, whatever it's called. And there's the roundhouse.
Louise, David, Jason, Ariel, and Luke were getting ready to spend the last few days on Sodor. Held when Flying Scotsman did back in 1959, and he never made it back after staying here for 3 years before he was rescued in 1973.
There it is.
The folder that contained the surviving files of the locomotive. And since you asked what was in them, I can tell.
What is?
Here we go. This is what we might get.
311 was actually built in 1926 by Baldwin as Bristol 1513 for the St. Louis San Francisco Railway to handle heavy passenger and freight services along the Frisco Railway's eastern and western divisions. It was in August 1949
You've seen this,
that
Nicholas.
she was showed off to work on the Southwestern Railroad and renumbered to the one she has now. And that's where the problems with the Jinx started. She was then sold to serve on the Clinchfield Railroad 5 months later to replace 280. During her time there, the CRR had a...
As you can see, that there is why I need filling in after. Maybe I could have a full shot, I don't know. That's the only thing that's missing. I could take a screen cap of it. I don't know.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Well, actually, now that we're doing this live, maybe we could.
I mean, like, what exactly do you want me to film of 311?
It's not a shot of 311. We just need a location somewhere, and we could just put sort of random. I think it's on a track somewhere. If we can get your side up and have a good look.
All right, and I mean, I think I had a good idea. Like, all right.
There we go. I could just pretend and film anywhere. Actually, they won't know. They won't recognize it because I can film elsewhere. I don't want to be filming in that location.
Okay. Like, which location do you want me to film?
Well, it's not film. You can just take a screen cap if you like.
Okay. Like,
Well, it's just here.
During the time there, the CRR had a shared contract with the Highland Valley Railroad.
During a time that it had a Highland Valley Railroad. Okay, maybe we could film here, maybe, but 311's not there. I don't think. Maybe this somewhere we could work something out here. Maybe.
Yeah, I've got a better idea here.
Well, we don't have to use him. If you can get out of film shot, we're going to have to get out of drive mode, and we can actually set something up if that's possible.
All right.
Let's get out of drive mode, and we'll do something clear. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are watching, this is how I do my filming. So getting behind the scenery. Let's get out. This is how it's always done until I can get my chance and learn how to film it.
All right. It takes a minute. Come on, load up. It usually does. Don't worry, it usually does it.
This has really become a very strange stream call like this now. Bit weird.
Right. Okay, I'm in surveyor mode.
Nice. Let's head back to where we were. If we can get back. What we could do is perhaps put some people in there, I guess, maybe. 311's not there, I don't think. In this one, I don't think. You can just move her in the back. You can just move her in the shed and just move her out.
Yeah, I've got a better idea. Yeah, let me just replace
Yeah, she could be in there just resting up.
All right.
Yeah, he could be there. Yeah, he could be attached to his coaches maybe, and we could have. I'm not sure. This is like in the 50s or wherever. Hang on. 1946. Hang on.
It was in August 1949 that she was showed off to work on the
Campton Southwest, and this is where we are now.
And renumbered to the one. She was then sold to serve on the Clinchfield Railroad 5 months later to replace 280.
1940. No, hang on.
It was in August 1949.
49, and then she said 1949.
She was then sold to serve on the Clinchfield Railroad 5 months later.
And then 5 months later on. So that's got to be in the winter of that year, I guess. But then again, it wouldn't have snowed up here, I don't think.
Okay.
So in the 40s, there was no diesels. There were still steam engines involved. That's good. So we don't need any. That's grand. Oh, funny enough, that's the manager for my new Mid-Soda Railway route that I'm going to be using when I rebuild the route. That's not the manager himself, though, unfortunately. It could just be like somebody else.
It doesn't really matter because basically they use them for anyone.
We could, yeah. We can also use real Americans as well.
Honestly, I don't know.
Everybody's been wishing hello to everybody else. Oh, like I said, he had a sharing contract, so let's find some. Yeah, he could do. Yep. Yep, he's all right. Has a shared contract, so we could have another. He's like, well, I don't know. If they're having a shared contract or whatever it is with him, they're doing.
Featured to
Listen.
replace 280. During her time there, the CRR had a shared contract with the Highland Valley Railroad.
That's all right. Yeah, we can do like these two, like sharing a contract with one another. Like if they're passing on with something, we could have like 6 people in this one. The CRR and the Highland Valley Railroad. So we've got 2 separate companies with each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect. That means we can have, you know who it is, you know, the evil manager himself. The old bloke.
Yeah, I just need to find him because I know.
That's not it. Yep. No, that's not him. He's not seen yet. He wasn't there.
All right. I'm not sure. He's gotta be around here somewhere. Nope. No.
He's there somewhere.
I think he was like a gentleman in a top hat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he was a gentleman top hat bloke. That's true. Yeah, this is, and you know, this is how. There he is. That's what that.
Wait,
I don't know. Spin around, boy. Close, but not really. This is exactly how we do all my filming. You know, this is
not
so
that one.
Close, but no.
I mean, Jessica's accident happened in like in 1957, so we could just say that basically that the old president was like a bit younger.
Okay, then you got a good point. All right, we gotta get them to face with one. We gotta be like facing one another, like having a group with each other. Still has nothing in this shot, so they're like, it's just they're having they're sharing their contract together with with the Highland Valley Railroad and the Clinchfield.
Yep.
There he is. So what we gotta do is just turn them around and see if we can get them together and meet up. Like, as if they're trading a contract with one another. We gotta get those two. Those two other guys on the right with the black bloke and they're also with him as well. They're all like, they're with their 2 sides with each other. Maybe we could have the blue bloke and a blue coat, maybe as well.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, he can go with the with the top hat bloke. There he is.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
He can stand beside him. There we go.
There we go.
And then we need just one more bloke to join those 2. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll set. You can go them together if you want. And you can move them closer, like they're doing like I don't know.
All right.
That's fine. Yeah, this is how the whole filming goes. This is how, as the director myself, this is how it goes.
All right. How's that?
That's pretty cool. Doesn't matter if we get him in the back. It don't matter if wait. We can't see him. You can always flip it around. We can go into drive mode. We can go into drive mode, and then eventually I'll let you know.
All right. How's this?
That's quite good, but we have to go into drive mode to do this.
Okay.
After this, what you could do is then afterwards, you could send me it into my ask Shine or anybody else, give it to me into media file and pass it on to me if you can.
All right, that'll work.
Can you? If you can ask him, that'll be perfect.
All right.
Then what we've got to do now is just get into drive mode, and then eventually and then you will be, then you can have to say that you're the one who helped me finish part 14.
Yep. It's just the thing is I need to like open Fraps up to do that. I can take the picture like once the stream's over, and then I can just like enhance like the size to make it full screen, and then basically take the picture.
Yeah, so I've got my collaboration to do that. Okay, that looks quite. Actually, no, not that way. You can always turn it the other way around.
All right.
Turn it the other way.
Is this good?
That's good, yeah. But like I said, you can actually turn it around, and I can select which one could be quite cool. Okay? So you flip the camera around if you can help it. That's clever. That's perfect. Look at it, then, because if you can. That was good. Just move it a bit more. Just move it a bit. Yeah, no, the other way. The other way, please.
All right.
Yeah, one more time. Perfect.
All right.
All you have to do is screen cap, and that's it.
All right. I'll take care of that as soon as I get my fraps up.
Yep, that's what we need. And speaking of fraps, that's what I'm going to be using for my filming.
Do you want me to just screenshot it or film it?
Screenshot. It saves time. And it won't be. That's it. That's all we'll need.
All right.
Most of the clever first when they get all set up afterwards, and then after that, give it to Shine and ask him. Send it to me save it in the media file thing or wherever it is I've got, and then I can just go into it and download it that way.
All right.
So cheers, Nicholas. Cheers, Nicholas. I owe you one.
Thanks.
Yeah, after this call goes on. That's fine, man. Yep. And after this, I will eventually have to depart, and this live thing will have to end eventually. It's been a huge honor, and of course, to all you fans out there on YouTube watching this live, leave anything in the comment box or if you want to ask about or anything. It's been a very strange, bizarre call, and it looks like
sorry,
it's Katie apparently on who's on my Discord thing sees that you're asleep, Andrew. How does she know that? I'm on live in a hangout call with you guys. Nice.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a rough night sleeping last night.
That's fine. I got to get going myself later. Oh, and like I said, when I get my Trains 12 installed, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to have a lot of training to do this.
Well, when we do, we'll be waiting. And plus, and our friend Nick, he'll be happy he'll be happy enough to share all what he got with you.
That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using Tab to do this, and I'll get Skype and tagged into the laptop I've got. But eventually I can just do this while you guys are here while I'm trying to play my game. Then again, I can always teach myself how to get used to it, but it's just that one I need to learn is how to film while using fraps, but at the same time recording while trying to drive the trains at the same time, and stopping them at the right position is going to be a bit of a handful.
Yeah, it takes some time to get used to, and plus there's also another way you could film it.
Always there?
Yeah, you could use the flying camera.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a bit of a hard knacker. I know that, but like I said, I'm going to have to learn how to film and stop the films at the same time, like coming in or running them or all that kind of stuff, because I know you guys are all used to doing that sort of thing.
I mean, with Trains 12, you could basically do multiplayer on it.
Oh, of course, multiplayer is one thing. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not much of a multiplayer like I used to be.
Oh, sometimes 3-1 factor too. Despite the jinx that was cursing her, she worked for 8 years until being taken off the clinch roster in late 1956. So that was when the manager had saved 311 and brought her back to work on the CSW. After the fatal accident in 1957, the president ordered all files of Baltimore to be destroyed. But thanks to the manager, he saved the most important files of 311. But only what, sir? Only after he murdered the president of CSW by shooting him. Stan told me he did it because the files of 311 contained everything from her design prints to her career, as well as the biography of her. And the president was trying to get rid of them to make it look like she was never even in existence, and to keep the Canton Southwestern Railroad from being a bad reputation, which it was getting at the time.
Truth has been revealed.
Well, as far as I'm concerned,
There's me.
The manager for what we did. Besides, even if it was wrong, he gave what the CSW president deserved. Surely by now, CXX Transportation has a much better one that knows how to win the race better than he ever could and respects his fleet of engines, whether they're steam or diesels.
I don't get it. Clinchfield 311 started out before she had the number, but I thought that.
It looks like the story of the Clinchfield curse is not at all told to us the right way.
Hey! There's Dom. That's Dom, Tank Engine 97, doing Oliver. And then here comes a man who sounds very much identical to him. That's Leo Lionheart.
Guys, I've got something for you all to hear. You're not going to believe this, but it happened. Huh? What do you mean it happened? Wait, hang on a minute. You're not saying. Yes, it's in the papers, and everyone's reading it.
Yeah, as we know, 311 tried time and time again.
There's Madison Thomas.
Over and over.
I can't tell whether to believe this or not.
Yep.
That might have been what caused it to make it across the bridge.
Now, I'm starting to think the same thing.
Me too.
I guess she found peace at last, then. Again, another thing that is for sure, the Clinchfield curse is over.
You think so, Thomas?
He's sure that Gordon, after what we and Edward said to her, 311 left us, say that it all ends once and for all.
That's just part of my animation there.
That's exactly what happened.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Now trust and harmony moved on. Well, I do have to say, we set the Timothy for some way.
And that's how a powerful scene will end. I know that was a bit of a spoiler for you guys that are live, but it's just what I've done so far.
I mean, the one thing I do know is that with Timothy, like what Ariel said about 311, it's just the same thing can be said about Timothy, is that his redemption doesn't seem to be coming any closer anytime soon, even though he got his revenge on the old controller.
Oh, you never. Yeah, he did, but I guess it's the afterlife. Oh, man. Anyways, here's some early shots had done at the time. Well, in the end, I still need to have some. If anybody else has got it, then I can always ask somebody else. But anyways, thanks, Nicholas, for putting in the file bed in it. If Shine gets this, just let him know.
All right. Anyway, hang on. Let me just show you what I did.
Nice.
I
Yes.
have to put the picture twice just in case if I messed up.
That's all right. There it is. That's the one.
All right.
Second one is the second one I need.
Okay then.
As you can see there, there's little Lizzie. Nice. Most of the effects you're hearing are actually from real trains I'm using. And trying to do a James and the Tux reference there. And here's a sneak surprise for you guys. I know you guys live are seeing this, but look who's there, who's making a cameo.
Yeah.
It's Oliver's sister from the Tip-Off Thunderbolt.
Oh, that engine, like basically 1401 will appear in my series, but she'll be known as Iris.
It's Kyra or whatever her name is. I've taken a likeness towards her, and she's putting the Tip-Off Thunderbolt rolling stock. That's the last surprise in the whole film. Yep, I thought it was time. In my university, I actually worked on the Little Western with Duck by Oliver.
A week had passed, and the story of the Clinchfield curse seemed to vanish along with the existence of 311's ghost. But the engines never dismissed the thought of such supernatural occurrences as to what they saw in the events prior to this.
And that's the whole
But despite that,
thing
the
I've got
story
to
of the former Clinchfield engine would come back to them and fight who wanted to see it. Thomas and Edward were among them, but both engines knew that one thing was for sure. After 16 long and dark years, Clinchfield 311 had broken the bonds that held it in the realm of the living and finally crossed over to the other side, where she could finally find peace with her friend, forever ending the curse of that which once made her the most feared and famous ghost train in Black Wolf Mountain on the Black Wolf Century.
And that's why I have to do like the last shots in the mountains wherever she is. I know just the person to do so. Yep, I've still got a lot to work on that, but that's all I've got. Anyways, cheers for that there, Lincoln, and everybody else. Like I said, it's been a great live chat. I know everyone's going to be shaking their heads thinking, what have we listened to and watched? And, well, I don't want the audience to realise, but anyways, it's been a great time doing my first live with you guys, and I think you personally, dude, man, for me in and welcoming me as a special guest. It was a blessing. Wish everybody else could be on a bit longer, but it came down to 3 people in this call. But anyways, I'll return when I can get the opportunity. Thank you so much, guys.
Glenn,
Yes?
before you head off, do you think you could give me like the email, your like email in like the private chat, so that way I could send you the picture?
If you want me to, I can always well, let me see if I can find out. I think the best. I'm gonna get this. Hang on, let me send you a link in my call button here, and I'll give you a link. I know this is gonna sound bad. There. I'm gonna sign back into Hangouts again. Automatic. Andrew Blast. Okay, that's still the ongoing call. Okay.
Let's just say I'm about to end this. I'm about to end this myself. I got some things to do a little later.
Okay, let's just find my.
Plus, how long have we been? Okay, we've been streaming for 2 hours, almost 3.
Nice, we did a great job on this. Anyway, it's been a blessing. Like I said, you guys did a great job of calling, and like I said, hopefully we'll get a better time when everybody else joins in with us at one point, and then eventually let's just see.
Yep. But yeah, I'm just happy to be streaming again, and let's go with that.
Again, the thanks for
like I said, I had that for a while, but I ran out of time.
Yep, we'd love to keep going, lads, but we have to end. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to be on this stream for the very first time. And I will not regret it. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to rewatch this stream when I do.
Yep. And mostly I'm about to end this. So thank you all for watching, and thanks for Glenn to be here. And so until we meet again, folks. So long. Have a great day. Until we meet again, so everyone. So long.
So long.
Sayonara.